There comes a moment in life when talking more doesn't fix anything. You explain yourself. You defend your intentions. You try to be understood. And yet, nothing changes. That is the moment when silence stops being a weakness and starts becoming your strength. Welcome to ThinkSlow Books. This is not a loud video. There is no urgency here. Only a quiet truth many people discover too late in life. Silence is not empty. It is full of answers. Across history, silence has never belonged to the weak. It has belonged to explorers, philosophers, warriors, and thinkers who understood that when words fail, silence remains powerful. It's a tool that sharpens the mind, calms the soul, and reveals what noise hides. Today, we re-exploring this power through 9 books that teach you how to use silence to build a stronger, wiser self. The first book that teaches this lesson is Silence by the Explorer. Erling didn't just write about silence as a form of peace. He wrote about it as a confrontation, the kind of deep quiet that strips away every distraction and forces you to meet yourself without entertainment, without validation, and without any escape. In that silence, there is nowhere to perform. There's no one you need to impress. All that's left is pure awareness. And that awareness changes how your mind works. Your thoughts begin to slow down. Clarity emerges from the chaos, and you finally start to hear the important truths that all the noise was hiding from you. Our second guide comes from ancient wisdom itself, the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. This book never argues. It never shouts. It whispers its truths. It teaches that the strongest forces in life move quietly. Water shapes mountains over millennia without a single sound. A tree grows to touch the sky without announcing its power. It simply expresses it. In the Tao, silence is about alignment with the natural flow of life. When you stop forcing words, forcing outcomes, and forcing control, life begins to move with you, not against you. Your restraint becomes a quiet form of strength. Your patience becomes its own authority. The third book reveals silence as a powerful strategy. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. This classic text on strategy teaches that those who speak too soon expose their intentions. Those who explain too much reveal their weaknesses. True power doesn't need to announce itself. Silence protects your advantage. True strategy is calm. It observes the entire field before making a move. It waits for the perfect moment instead of trying to force momentum. Here, silence is not passive. It's active preparation. It's the quiet before a decisive, effective action. It's the discipline of holding back until the time is right. This brings us to our fourth book, which reminds us why so many modern minds feel constantly exhausted. Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. Holiday argues that stillness is not laziness. It's the critical pause before correct action. A mind that is constantly stimulated by notifications, news, and endless content loses its ability to exercise good judgment. Stillness restores it. Silence cools down your emotions before your decisions harden into permanent regrets. The calm person in the room always sees more, simply because they are not distracted by their own knee-jerk reactions. They can see the full picture. Our fifth book takes silence inward, to the very source of our thoughts. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Tolle explains that most of our suffering comes from mental noise, the constant stream of thoughts about the past and anxieties about the future. This noise steals peace from the only moment we ever truly have, the present. Here, silence is presence. When the chattering in your mind quiets down, anxiety loosens its grip. Fear loses its urgency. You realize that silence isn't something you have to chase or create. It's something you simply allow to be there, underneath all the noise. It is your natural state. The sixth book shows us silence through discipline and mastery. The Book of 5 Rings by the legendary samurai Miyamoto Musashi. For Musashi, true mastery is quiet. Real skill does not need to announce itself. True confidence does not need to explain itself. When the mind stops its internal talking, your actions become precise and effective. Your focus sharpens to a razor's edge. Your intuition strengthens. In this context, silence is not about peace, it is about readiness. It's the state of a warrior who is perfectly calm, perfectly aware, and ready for anything. Our 7th book shows us silence in the face of profound suffering. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Frankl, a survivor of the Holocaust, shows us that when pain is too deep for language, silence becomes a form of dignity. Meaning is not always found in words or explanations. Sometimes it is carried quietly through endurance and the will to survive. Here, silence is not avoidance. It is a profound acceptance of reality. It's a refusal to dramatize suffering, and instead, a choice to face it honestly and find meaning within it, even when all hope seems lost. The 8th book teaches silence as a form of self-governance. Meditations by the Roman Emperor Marcus. Before reacting to an insult, silence creates a space for reason to step in. Before chaos can control the mind, silence restores inner discipline. The strongest leaders in history governed themselves first. They learned to speak less and observe more. They acted deliberately, not impulsively. For them, silence was a shield that protected their judgment from being clouded by emotion, allowing them to lead with wisdom and clarity. Finally, our 9th book corrects a common modern misunderstanding. Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking by Susan Cain. This book powerfully argues that quiet people are not weak. In fact, they are often powerful in ways that noise and extroversion can never replicate. Silence allows for deep thinking, careful listening, and meaningful creation. Not all power is loud and visible. Some of the most enduring power works slowly, steadily, and quietly beneath the surface, and it often lasts much longer. Across all 9 of these powerful books, one central truth emerges. Silence is not passive. It is unactive, intentional restraint. It is the fertile ground where wisdom grows. It's the space where heated emotion finally settles. It's where the ego loosens its tight grip on us. People who cannot tolerate silence often cannot tolerate being alone with themselves. But those who learn to embrace it, who learn to sit in it, gain access to a much deeper level of understanding. Think about it. When words fail in a conflict, silence prevents you from saying something you'll regret. When words fail in grief, silence honors the pain in a way that platitudes cannot. When words fail in strategy, silence protects your advantage. And when words fail you in life, silence often guides you to your next right step. The quiet path is slower, it's true, but it is also steadier. It's less dramatic, but far more durable. It's less visible, but infinitely more powerful. This is ThinkSlow Books. Read slowly, think deeply, and let the power of silence work for you. Thanks for watching.